Here's your First Warn Weather forecast first, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, we had plenty of sunshine out there this afternoon, and that helped to warm our temperatures into the 40s today, but it has been a little on the windy side, and we still continue with that breeze from the south, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now our temperatures made it up to 47, that number now down to 46 in Rockford, Freeport, 45 in Monroe. Wind chill factor is down in the 30s, so there is a little bit of a chill out there, and we'll maintain that here as we go through this evening. But plenty of sunshine with high pressure down to the south of us. We focus to the southwest, area of low pressure moving through Oklahoma. Could bring us a little more cloud cover as we go throughout the afternoon tomorrow. But for the rest of this evening, temperatures dropping back through those 40s down into the upper 20s. We'll look at the return of the 60s and 70s and for how long, coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
Well, State Line Realtors sharing some positive news about this year's housing market. Even with recent numbers, why a rise in demand has some experts a little worried. Plus, the Republican Party's frontrunner appeals an Illinois judge's ruling to keep him off the ballot. How a local county clerk's office is reassuring voters ahead of the upcoming March primary. And Rockford farmers getting informed about new climate equipment available to them. State weather experts say while people may enjoy the warmer weather, could be damaging to their crops.
Live from WTVO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm David Greenberg. Before we get started on those stories, I want to let you know 3 Rockford teens have been arrested after police say they were trying to break into cars early this morning. Police say one of the teens was found with a defaced handgun. He's been charged with aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, obstructing, and having a defaced firearm. The second is charged with obstructing, while the third was charged with criminal trespass to a vehicle. According to police officers in Rockford, they were called to Grand Cape Road and Citadel Drive before 2 o'clock this morning, right near Jefferson High School, after reports of several people trying to break into cars. Officers ultimately taking those 3 boys into custody. 2 have been released to their parents. 1 has been placed in juvenile detention center. Well, shifting gears here a little bit, some good news in the local housing market to start 2024. Numbers show more people are buying houses, but there's still some concerns. Drea Baroni looked into those numbers today. And Drea, what had real estate agents feeling a bit optimistic?
David, for the first time in 2 years, housing sales have increased for 2 months straight. The total number of single-family homes, townhomes, and condos rose 8% compared to January of 23, and December sales rose about 3% from the year before. But even with this increase, the amount of houses on the market isn't enough to meet the demands of Winnebago, Boone, and Ogle County buyers.
When you're dealing with roughly 200 homes on the market, it's pretty tight. So you start looking at certain neighborhoods or certain price points or certain style of houses, it gets even tighter. So really what we need on the market today to satisfy our current demand is about 6 or 7 times the number of homes that we have on there.
Prices are also rising. The average cost of a home jumped to an all-time high of about $197,000. I'll have more on what the housing market could look like in the coming months a little later at 6. David?
All right, Drea, thank you. At the southern border today, President Biden and former President Trump pitching voters on their plans to restore order. Biden visiting Brownsville, meeting with Border Control and local law enforcement. Biden blaming congressional Republicans for killing a bipartisan deal that would put more money toward the border and rework the asylum system. Meantime, Trump is 300 miles away in Eagle Pass. He met with Texas Governor Greg Abbott about his extended conflict with the federal government over border policy.
We had Title II and we had different things to solve that problem, but they've terminated all of that. Safe third agreements, asylum bans, Title 42, and rapid removals.
They desperately need more resources, need more agents, more officers, more judges, more equipment in order to secure our border. Folks, it's time for us to move on this. We can't wait any longer.
Well, competing visits come on the same day a federal judge blocked Texas's new law that allows police to arrest people suspected of entering the U.S. illegally. Texas's Attorney General has appealed that ruling. And around Illinois, Trump is now appealing a Cook County judge's decision to remove him from the Illinois primary ballot. Trump's legal team is asking an appeals court to reverse and vacate that ruling, place a stay on the decision pending the appeal, and take other measures. Yesterday, a judge ruled the former president is disqualified from running under the Constitution's 14th Amendment. Colorado and Maine have also determined Trump is ineligible. Colorado's case is awaiting a decision from the U.S. Supreme Court. Well, the Winnebago County Clerk's Office has released a statement regarding the Cook County ruling, saying, quote, "We want to inform the public that at this time no changes are being made to the March 2024 primary ballots." The statement continues to say, quote, "Anyone that has already participated in in-person voting or vote by mail does not need to take action at this time." Illinois' primary will take place coming up in just less than 3 weeks now on March 19th. Well, the month is on track here to become the hottest February on record around the entire globe. That first month of 2024 was the hottest January on record, and it appears February could follow suit. U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration saying February likely going to have the highest global average temperature ever recorded for the month. Scientists, they attribute that to fossil fuel-driven climate change and the warming in the eastern Pacific Ocean known as an El Nino.
So as we see temperatures rising, we expect that the impacts of heat will be exacerbated. How they manifest locally, of course, depends on the specific weather patterns we get. There's a lot of work right now on how dry it is, can also sometimes exacerbate the heat that you see, and humidity plays a role as well.
While experts still crunch the numbers, the NOAA predicts there's a 22% chance that 2024 is going to break 2023's record as the hottest year. A local training session looks to educate farmers about weather devices that are available to them. U of I Extension held a climate tools training workshop here in Rockford. The session looks to inform producers, conservationists, and other outdoor workers about the equipment they can access to read the forecast. Attendees also had the chance to provide feedback on the informational gaps they see each season. One state climatologist saying with the warmer weather we're experiencing, these tools could help save farmers' crops.
With perennials being well ahead, in some cases a month ahead of normal, it could put them at an increased risk. It will put them, I should say, at an increased risk of spring freeze damage. Again, not just like getting a late freeze, but like a normal time freeze. On the other hand, if folks are growing certain crops in high tunnel production, things like that, this warmer weather could actually help them to advance their crop a bit more. And of course that high tunnel production helps keep them from that freeze risk as well. So it just depends, but I think especially for our orchards, tree fruits, cherries up here, there is some concern about that.
Experts say they'll continue to monitor these warmer weather patterns to see if they could create a drier spring or a summer season. Well, the U.S. House of Representatives voting to keep the federal government's lights on. Up next, Republicans pushing for more cuts in spending, while Democrats are hoping next month's budget discussions don't get derailed by that deadline. And coming up tonight at 6, a beloved Rockford garden is at risk of going away. Local elected officials explain why a symbol of community pride could be at stake.
Temperatures this morning dropped down into the teens. We got down to 13 degrees, but we made it up to 47 with a lot of sunshine and a breezy southerly wind. Find out how long the gusty winds will stick around. Coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
With just 24 hours to go before a partial government shutdown, Republicans and Democrats say they have struck a deal to keep the government running now for another week. Anna Warnicki reports that's all that Congress has been able to agree on right now.
The House voted Thursday 320 to 99 to keep the government's lights on.
It's been a long road to get here.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says the bill gives lawmakers more time to pass a year-long budget.
The appropriations process is ugly. Democracy is ugly. This is the way it works every year, always has.
The deal extends funding for some government agencies until March 8th and the rest until March 22nd.
But not all Republicans were on board.
We're going to kick the can down the road.
Kentucky Republican Thomas Massey voted no. He says a short-term measure isn't a solution.
Is that going to solve any problems? No, it creates another crisis next week.
And Florida Republican Matt Gaetz says Congress needs to take action to cut the deficit.
We ought to vote for the spending cuts that this country desperately needs.
Speaker Johnson defended the bill to his party's critics, saying he held the line against Democrats' calls for more spending.
It sticks to the numbers, the agreement on spending. It does not go above that.
And Tennessee Republican Chuck Fleischman says Americans expect the government to work.
To do our work well, we've got to keep the government open.
But Democrats say they hope the continued division in the Republican Party doesn't derail the next spending deadline later this month.
The House Democrats will stand in lockstep to ensure that that doesn't happen.
In Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki.
Well, the warm-up around the state line has just kicked off. After the break, Candace telling us about how much snow we've seen this winter and a chance for some 70 degrees this weekend.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Yeah, lots of sunshine out there this afternoon. A pretty decent end to the month of February. Tomorrow, we've got a little more cloud cover, but that above average warmth continues. So I guess I would say March would come in like a lamb. We've got a mostly clear sky out there. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera here out in Freeport at the Park Hills Golf Course. It is nice to see plenty of light still at 5:14 here this evening as the sun sets a little later each and every day. That allowing our temperatures to warm up a bit. We're at 46 in Freeport, same thing in Rockford, 43 now in Rochelle, and 47 in Sterling. Our winds, they've been a little on the breezy side, so kind of has put a wind chill factor, but still pretty tolerable and I think a pretty decent evening. Our weather watcher Terry down in Genoa, 46 degrees, 19 that dew point temperature, so still pretty dry out there. Southerly wind at 19 miles per hour. We've had some gusts down in northern DeKalb County, close to 25, 26 miles per hour. Sustained winds from the south anywhere from 10 to 20, and throughout the day, 25, 30 mile per hour wind gusts. Kind of a common theme here the next couple of days, but I think the winds going into the weekend are actually going to pick up a little further as another storm system moves in from the west and northwest. High pressure focused down to the south of us, keeping us nice and quiet, but we've got an area of low pressure moving in from the southwest. A lot of moisture moving in with that, but that stays confined to the south. This low bringing some rain and snow down through the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma will gradually work to the northeast here as we go through the night and throughout the day tomorrow. Now remember that dew point temperature in the teens, so it is still pretty dry. So as that moisture tries to lift north throughout the day tomorrow, it does encounter that dry air, so there is going to be some evaporation that takes place. So anything that tries to make it down to the surface, at least locally, is going to have a hard time. I think we see a little more cloud cover though throughout the day tomorrow into tomorrow night, and that could knock temperatures down. Right now I have a high of 50 degrees for tomorrow, but as the clouds increase, we actually could see those numbers drop a little going into the afternoon. We will likely end up with some areas of fog Friday night going into Saturday, but our winds turn back around to the southwest into the weekend, and that brings those temperatures back up into the 60s and the low 70s. Notice rainfall, that really stays few and far between. Not a whole lot inching up here, even across central and southern Illinois. Now we need the rain, we need some moisture. We had a pretty decent amount when you look at the winter season as far as precipitation, but it's that snow deficit that we've really picked up. So latest drought monitor, when we look at this from the National Drought Mitigation Center, that's last week, this being issued here today. Notice the expansion of those dry conditions. So it is getting a little dry out there, and you want to see some moisture come in here as we get into the spring season, because we need that moisture to kind of help replenish our ground, our soil, as we get into planting season. So when we look at where we stand for numbers as far as our winter precipitation, actually for precipitation, December, January, February, just over 5.7, or actually right at 5.7. So that is about a half an inch above our seasonal average, but where we lack is the snowfall. We had just about a 9-inch snow deficit. Now we stayed dry going into the weekend. Temperatures warm up too. It gets pretty windy for the weekend, but dew point numbers are also going up, so I think that'll bring down any sort of fire risk we have there. Temperatures in the low 70s on Sunday. Then we've got a cold front that comes in, and that could bring us a few showers and thunderstorms on Monday, and maybe a couple of rain showers that could last over into Tuesday.
All right, Candace, thank you. Scott's in next with sports, talking about two Nick 10 girls basketball players who've earned all-state honors.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
Two of the Nick 10 standout girls basketball players received one of the highest honors they could get today. Boylan's Lily Esparza and Belvedere's Emma Pearson received all-state recognition from the media in Illinois. Esparza is a senior. She was named in the Class 3A All-State second team. The 6'2 center averaged 19 points and 11 rebounds per game. She helped the Lady Titans to 25 wins. She will continue her career in college at the D1 level next season at Denver. Now, Belvedere junior guard Emma Pearson received All-State honorable mention in Class 3A. She averaged more than 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 steals per game. Pearson also set Belvedere's single-season scoring record. Sycamore senior guard Lexi Carlson was named first-team All-State in Class 3A. No local girls received All-State recognition in 4A. The 1A and 2A All-State teams were announced yesterday. You can find those at mystateline.com. Well, Caitlin Clark's days with the Iowa Lady Hawkeyes are numbered. She has announced that she will pass up her final year of eligibility and enter the WNBA draft. The draft will be held April 15th, and she'll be the #1 overall pick by the Indiana Fever. Clark will go for another major record this Sunday. She needs 18 points to pass Pete Maravich as college basketball's all-time scorer for men and women. She's already #1 on the women's list. And guess what? We're going to make it easy for you to see that game Sunday. It'll be shown on Fox 39. It'll be Big Ten champion Ohio State, ranked #2 in the country, against the 4th-ranked Hawkeyes. That is a noon start. Well, Jackson Stauber's name will forever be in the record books of the Ice Hogs in the American Hockey League, all because of what happened a couple weeks ago that night at the BMO when he scored that empty net goal against the Chicago Wolves. He also shut out the Wolves that night, making him the first goaltender in league history to pull off that combo of a goal scored and a shutout in the same game. And this was the first week we had in the local media had a chance to talk with him, and here's how he describes watching the puck go the length of the ice for that historic goal.
Yeah, I actually thought I was going to miss at first. I was like, I think it was a little bit to the right, but it snuck in there, so it was pretty cool.
You were actually aiming for the goal. You weren't just clearing the puck down the ice, huh?
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of time to pick my head up, but I knew the general vicinity of where the net was, so I just, wanted to take the shot.
So how long till we get goal #2 from you then?
Oh, I don't know about that. That was probably my first opportunity that I had a really good shot at it, so, it's all about timing in those situations.
Stauber's on a personal 4-game winning streak. He and the Hogs will be in action tomorrow night at Milwaukee. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Our First Warn Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Nice and clear here for us tonight. Temperatures down around 28. Tomorrow we are up to 50. Cloud cover moves back in. Might see a sprinkle or two, especially to the south. Now the wind picks up going into the weekend, but it brings our temperatures into the 60s and the 70s. But it does get pretty windy there, especially on Sunday. Cold front comes in. Timing of the front on Monday. Still off just a bit, but I think we'll be close to 70 again before we see the numbers drop with some rain and thunder Monday afternoon.
All right, Candace, World News Tonight's up next. We'll see you back here at 6.